Salaam guys, so it's the day of the baby shower slash baby dua. Actually, we're calling it baby dua, so let me call it that. I showed you guys some of the preparations yesterday, the decor. Everyone did so well, mashallah. And then overnight I was hearing pop pop and unfortunately the middle part of the arch did fall, so Zara, my sister, she blew out some more balloons today and tried to fix it. It's currently 2 o'clock, which is the time it's supposed to start. It's definitely going to be later than we thought, but it's fine as long as everyone gets there safely. That's the main thing. Wakari's coming with his sister as well, and they said they've been stuck in standstill traffic for a long time because London be Londoning as usual. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to be wearing underneath, just this like nude abaya, and I borrowed this hijab from my mum. I feel like my face looks massive, but obviously I'm like technically in the 7th month now. I'm just thinking to show my lashes to like add a bit more warmth to my eyes, or not. And I do need to put gloss on as well, and then I'll show you guys my abaya afterwards. I'll try and show it anyway. But yeah, it's been really lovely. Like basically I've been down here for a week. My nanny's been staying here too, so I've been spending time with her, and yeah, it's nothing like getting like advice and wisdom from your elders, especially when they're as precious as my nanny, my Amiji. Alhamdulillah, I really have cherished this time, and I'm looking forward to just having a lovely gathering with most of the main ladies in my life who can be here. I'm going to be reading some Surah Yasin, having a dua as well, and then just having, there are 2 games. There's a guess baby game and a baby bingo game, which will be good, and then food. So yeah, it's going to be really nice. I need to pack my suitcase now, because then after that I and Sophie Baji will be going back to London for a day and then back up to Scotland. I am also very hungry, which seems to be a common theme every single day now. I think now that I'm in the 3rd trimester, they are saying that you're supposed to up your calories by about 500 from the normal amount. I think your 2nd trimester is 200, 1st trimester you're not supposed to up them at all. Definitely feeling the hunger more often, but I think as the baby's obviously getting bigger, the space is getting smaller, so I can only eat like small amounts. I think I'm so hungry and then I go back to eat and I'm like, And that was the same with the 1st trimester actually, so it's an interesting comparison there. A little bit more out of breath. Show you the bump. This is my bump at 28 weeks, alhamdulillah. I am carrying quite low, which, trust me, my pelvis is taking the brunt of that. But I do have a physio appointment next week as well, inshallah, at the hospital, so hopefully they can give me some good exercises and stretches to do. Pelvic girl pain is no joke, and my mum didn't experience it, my nanny says she didn't experience it. Some things have been really similar, my like family pregnancies and mine. Alhamdulillah, overall, like it's been a very smooth journey and I'm very grateful for that. I was honestly terrified, but alhamdulillah, so far so good. But everyone is now saying that the 3rd trimester is the trimester where you're just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Baby's going to put more weight. It's going to have more strain in your body and you're just going to be more tired, more exhausted. And yeah, like now it's like a bit more of a countdown. You know, like when you're first, like the 1st trimester, it's like just trying to get to the end of the 1st trimester, and 1st trimester is no joke, honestly. And then honestly for me, the 2nd trimester has just flown by like no tomorrow. I can't believe like now, alhamdulillah, I'm 28 weeks. And yeah, we've not brought anything big. We've not brought the pram, we've not brought the car, we've not brought a car seat. Like we need to do all of that. I want to take our time with it. I don't want to rush it. And obviously we have been travelling. So inshallah, I think November time we'll do that, inshallah. My baby is due 3rd week of December, so you have no idea what to expect in terms of like due dates. And we were all late, all 4 mums, because we were 10 days late. We all like stayed in there for a very long time. Guys, I think I remember the last thing I said was I'm gonna vlog some of the baby shower, and then guess what, I did not. I did also kind of think that I probably wouldn't, because I'll be in a moment. Honestly, it was such a lovely baby dua gathering. So as you can tell, I'm back in Dundee now. We're here for a couple of days. I've had a couple of appointments this week, so I'm going to sit down and talk to you guys through what's been going on. Whilst I'm sitting here blowing up my exercise ball, I thought I would quickly talk about this the last like couple of weeks. I've not posted a video in 2 months, and so moved in August, and it is now October, and I've not posted a video, and that's because I haven't found my hard drive in that time, and we've not literally been in the apartment for longer than sort of 2 weeks at a time, which has made it quite hard to settle. I think we were very organised and productive at the start. I basically, in second trimester, well, more in the last month of it, I developed quite a lot of pain in my pelvis area, especially like the groin area. So I thought, and this is what I was told, it's related to the hormone relaxin, which is relaxing, literally relaxing all your bones and muscles and everything, getting ready for delivery. But I have had my physiotherapy appointment since then, and they said there's actually not really much of a cause between that. It is very common, and they said, you know, it's at this stage as well, and like my symptoms and stuff, it's nothing to be too concerned about. It's due to a lot of things. I think just logically it makes sense because of now, and like that's what the physiotherapist is saying, like you've never had a placenta before, it's a new organ, and you've never had a little baby in your belly. Right now, I'm about she's like weighing like 1.2 kg. The sac around it, the fluid, everything like that, it's all just adding up, and pressure. She's still moving a lot, but I think that especially around that time, a month ago, her favourite position was being like very much head down. It is blowing up. She was like, doesn't seem to be a pattern. I was like, not really. Like sometimes it's in the morning. I notice it most like when I'm like sort of like getting up out of bed and stuff. But the physio appointment was amazing. So first of all, I'm so grateful that I'm living here in Scotland because the timelines have been brilliant for me, honestly. She referred me, and within 2 weeks I had an appointment. The NHS is stretched, so I just felt so grateful for that. Appointment was yesterday 9 AM in the morning. Claire and I both went to it, and we had 2 physiotherapists there. I talked her through what had been happening, where I was feeling the pain, when I was feeling the pain, and then she had me lie down and like just do some stretches and sort of like let her know where it hurt. And it was really interesting because most of my pain has been in my lower left back and obviously in my groin area, but when she was moving my left leg, I thought that's where like the pain would be, but it wasn't. It was when she was moving my right leg. And then the other physiotherapist said that it's because your pelvic area is very much about symmetry, so your right side supports your left leg and your left side supports your right leg. And I was like, that's so interesting. They have given me exercises and stretches to do, and they said, you know, as much as like you coming here is helping, the stuff that you do at home to slowly but surely strengthen your back muscles is what's going to really help. They also did give me a back support belt, which when she put the belt on me, wow, it literally lifted so much of the pressure away. It does sort of go quite high up the back, but then it does have to go on the bump. But she kept saying to make sure that you're checking that your fingers can run under the band, so it's not too tight for baby. And they said the babies do tend to kick and squirm a lot when you first have it on, because obviously they're not used to it. They can feel a sensation around them as well. Okay, so I'm now on the wall, and basically what she said was, when you like leave the car, when you're getting off the bed, when you're getting into the car, etc, etc, keep your knees together so that your pelvis is as supported as possible. But she said that she's noticed that because I have probably been trying to sit with my knees together all the time because I thought that's the right thing to do, that has caused tightness in this area. So she's like, when you're sitting, you can have your legs open as long as they're like evenly open, if that makes sense. And she said that a lot of the times that we recommend people get these yoga balls, these pregnancy balls, to just support their pelvis. One of the exercises they were teaching me to do was like pelvic lifts or pelvic tilts. And actually, yeah, it's so much easier on here when you're on a moving thing like this. Another thing I said to her was that, because I've got so much editing to do, guys, I'm so behind in editing, it's stressing me out, honestly. It's caused me a lot of stress. So one of the things I've been doing is just like since I've been back in Scotland is sitting down for hours at a time. And I've noticed that even if I just sit for 2 hours now, I feel pain in my pelvic area. The PGP pain flares up, and she's like, yeah, that's because you're stationary and you need to try and keep moving gently as much as you can. She's like, when you're at home, every half an hour or after half an hour, get up, move about, do something else, and then come back. Or like alternatively, if you have this sort of yoga ball, you can swap your desk chair out for that, which sounds good. So hopefully it's a decent height. I can always adjust my laptop stand so I can see properly with it and everything, but I definitely think this will keep me more mobile in this area, and I don't know, I can't explain like how much it's helping, and it's brilliant. So obviously I can't wear the back belt support thing when I'm sitting down. Alhamdulillah, that went really well. I was really grateful, honestly, like really grateful for like how supportive they were, how helpful they were, and they've sent me exercises to do. I've also got a leaflet called Fit for Pregnancy, exercises and advice to stay fit and healthy during pregnancy. I knew that when I got pregnant I was like slightly kicking myself back in my mind that I just wish I was in a better physical state, and I think the more physically fit you can be at the start, the easier for your body, because it's a lot of strain in anyone's body, and obviously whilst you're pregnant it's not time to start becoming incredibly fit or anything like that. You're not supposed to do a lot of things when you're pregnant, but you are supposed to maintain a similar and decent level of activeness. They always recommend you do lots of walking, swimming, like low impact sports basically. So I am going to try and up the walking, even though the weather is getting miserable, but it's fine. Like, I've been in this country for 28 years now. I can't act like I'm surprised by that. That's another thing. My feet have definitely feels like they've just grown during pregnancy, which again is supposed to be normal. I'm normally a 6 and in trainers I'm a 7, and everything feels snug. So I got Crocs in bigger sizes. One of the pairs, like the faux Crocs, came today, and then my lovely friend gave me some when we went to their house, which was so sweet of her. And then this morning I had another midwife appointment. So I don't know, I think that's supposed to be 28 weeks, but we weren't here for 28 weeks, so it just was on the 29-week mark. And then the next one we're going to have is on the 30th of October, inshallah. And then after that one will be every 2 weeks. So yeah, she basically took some blood again. I am getting used to it now. It's not as horrendous as it was the first time, especially after my gestational diabetes test. I just kind of feel a little bit like, yeah, you're a boss, you can do this, you're amazing, you can do this. Up till 22, 23 weeks, I was just like quite anxious overall. And then like after that point you really do start feeling baby move and kick, and obviously by that point you've had your 20-week scan, and alhamdulillah, obviously everything was coming back good. And yeah, like now I definitely say that like the anxiety has gone down and the excitement's come up. But as I hit the 3rd trimester, honestly, it was like this like panic set in, because you don't know that you're going to make it to full time. You don't know that your baby's not going to be a preemie. Even if you are low risk, it's still worrying. And literally, baby could come at any time. At this point, at 28 weeks, I believe, if I remember correctly, in one of the pregnancy books I read, babies have a 97% survival rate chance, which is amazing, alhamdulillah. However, obviously we want to keep them in for as long as possible, because 28 weeks are still only 3 pounds, like absolutely tiny. And like I've had premature babies in my family before. Some of my cousins were premature, I'm not sure they've caught up and stuff, but obviously the longer they can stay in the better. The midwife said that it's now time to start slowly in the next couple of weeks thinking about your birth preferences and a birth sort of plan as per se, and that's on my like app, the Badger Notes app, which you get here in Scotland. So I was looking through the questions today. It's a lot to think about, it's a lot. Had a day of like running around and getting errands and stuff today. Went to Dunelm, went to TK Maxx and Boots, all different places where we'd got orders from. My Zadina parcels here. I love their buyers, guys. This is my TK Maxx order. It is mostly baby bits, but I did get a king-sized, oh my gosh, have I even said we now have a king-size bed? So I've got a king-size duvet,